Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be breaking down and giving predictions for the UFC 259 stacked main event. Let's get into it. So once again, I'm only going to be doing the main card, and I'm actually going to make this video a lot shorter than my previous ones. I go kind of super into detail in my previous one, so let's just get straight into the first fight of the main card. Alright guys, so the first fight of the main card is going to be Thiago Santos against Aleksandar Rakic. This is a light heavyweight bout, and it's going to be a good fight. Santos, if you've ever seen him fight, is an absolute brute. He's massive. He has incredible knockout power, and he's coming off a loss to Glover Teixeira, which many people believe put Glover in the race for the title once again. Now, although he did lose that fight, he lost via submission. He nearly won minutes into the first round. He had Glover rocked. He almost knocked him out cold. He comes out swinging for the fences, similar to an Ngannou, only at a light heavyweight. He is 37 and 6'2", and has a record of 21 and 8. Now, Aleksandar Rakic has a record of 13 and 2. He's 29 years old and 6'4", so it's going to be an interesting matchup in terms of height and reach. And Rakic is coming off a win against Anthony Smith, so this is going to be a great fight to start off the main event. To keep it short and simple, I think Santos is going to come out and knock him out. Although Rakic went the distance against Anthony Smith doesn't have quite the brute power that Santos possesses. I think Santos is going to come out with something to try to prove and try to start another title run. So yeah, Thiago Santos by knockout. Alright guys, so this next fight is a super anticipated fight. Well, more of a super anticipated fighter. Islam Makhachev on a 6-fight win streak with a record of 18 and 1, going up against Drew Dober, who has a record of 23 and 9. However, he is on a 3-fight win streak, so you know, he's got a little bit of momentum going into this fight. To keep it plain and simple, I don't think Islam Makhachev is going to lose this fight. If you've seen any of Daniel Cormier breaking down anything with this guy, he believes he is the truth. He believes he is the future of the lightweight division. And I can't disagree until I see him take more than one loss. At 29 years old, 18 and 1 is an incredible record, obviously. So we're just going to have to see it play out. Drew Dober is a lot more of a knockout artist than Islam, so Islam will have to watch his chin for sure, but I believe he'll be able to take him to the ground and do that incredible Russian fighting style where you just maul them, you keep pressure on them. I mean, popularized by Khabib. We'll have to see how it goes. I have Islam Makhachev winning this fight by decision. Alright guys, now to get into the meat and potatoes of this card. We have 3 belts on the line. It is absolutely unreal. This is arguably going to be the best UFC card of this entire year. And I don't see what card is going to top this. I mean, unless Dana White can sell out a full stadium and put like 5 belts on the line, I don't know if there's going to be a card that outweighs this one. Alright guys, third fight. Aljamain Sterling against Petr Yan. 7-fight win streak Yan against 5-fight win streak Sterling. Yan is coming off a win against Jose Aldo. Sterling is coming off of a win against the Wonder Kid, Corey Sandhagen. He won via submission. That's the thing with Aljo, is he has everything. He can knock you out, he can submit you. He also has the gas tank to go the distance, which is why I think this fight with Yan for the bantamweight title is going to be such a banger. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. Similar in age, exact same height. Aljamain Sterling does have a reach advantage, which will be good for his striking, but one thing that Petr Yan is amazing at is closing the distance, keeping the fight at his pace, and just pouring it on his opponent. To keep it short and sweet, I think Aljamain Sterling is going to win this fight by submission. Petr Yan does not have a single submission win in the UFC, and I believe Aljo has 4, which is pretty good for a guy who is an all-around fighter, striker, submission artist, the whole package. As much as I do love watching Petr Yan put on his striking clinics, I think Aljo will stand and strike for him for maybe the whole first round, maybe. But other than that, I think he's going to try to take him down and wear him down until he can get into a position to catch him in a submission. So my final prediction and new bantamweight champion, Aljamain Sterling. Okay guys, for the second to last fight, I don't even know if you can call this the co-main event. It's the co-main event. There are so many fucking amazing fights on this card that, yeah, I mean, second to last fight is going to be Amanda Nunes, the greatest female mixed martial artist of all time, against Megan, I don't know which one she goes by, Anderson. Nunes is 32 years old, Anderson's 31 years old. Nunes is 20-4. Anderson is 11-4. To keep it short and sweet, I think Anderson is going to come out of UFC 259 11-5. Amanda Nunes is on an 11-fight win streak. 11 fights. That is ridiculous. And she's the GOAT in terms of female mixed martial artists. I'd love to see her spar Stephen A. Smith. To be fair to Megan Anderson, though, she is 6 feet tall, which is 4 inches taller than Nunes. Will that make a difference? I'm not sure. Anderson is scrappy. She'll knock you out. If you're not careful, she will catch your chin. That said, though, Nunes does have the full wheelhouse as well. She has 2 wins by submission in the UFC and 7 wins by knockout, to Anderson's 2 wins by knockout and 1 win by submission. I think that Amanda Nunes will stand and bang for a very short time, and then she will take it to the ground, and I don't know if she'll end it with submission. I see her using a little bit of ground and pound. She's a very, very wide, strong fighter. So, yeah, I think that she will probably end this fight via striking on the ground. Okay, guys, the main event of the evening. The light heavyweight title fight. Jan Blachowicz versus Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. This fight is borderline too hard for me to call. I have no idea, because on one hand, you're like, Izzy is the most impressive, cerebral, precision striker we have ever seen in the sport. Undoubtedly. I mean, who even comes close? However, Blachowicz is just fucking massive. He's a bear. Izzy is taller by 2 inches, but Blachowicz just seems like a larger man. He probably cuts weight to get to 205, and Izzy is just going to be kind of cruising to get there. Also, on the UFC app, they kind of did Izzy dirty with his size compared to Blachowicz. I mean, you could see me, but that's kind of funny. Izzy is 20-0 in mixed martial arts against Jan's 27-8. However, he is on a 4-fight win streak. Jan's ground game is wildly underestimated. He can win via submission, and he knows he can. And the thing with Izzy is he does have incredible takedown defense, but you know he doesn't want to go to the ground. He is a striker through and through, and he is not even very arguably the greatest striker that we have ever seen, like I said. I'm having a real hard time trying to come up with a winner of this fight because it's just too hard to say. They're both so damn good. When you see the power of Blachowicz, specifically in the Dominic Reyes fight, because, you know, that's the freshest on our mind, he took a few shots from Reyes, a couple shots to the nose, he had a little bloody nose, but he really slept him with a short left hook. It wasn't even a right hand. He's a orthodox fighter, and he hits like a goddamn Brinks truck. He's ginormous. I think if Israel is able to keep his distance with kicks, with jabs, just kind of keep Blachowicz in his range, as opposed to him coming into Blachowicz's range, because if you come into that Polish power atmosphere, there is not a single man on this planet who couldn't get slept by Jan Blachowicz. He can knock anyone out. He can knock out a damn horse. That said, Izzy knows this. It's well known that Izzy is one of, as I said, the more cerebral fighters. He is very in tune with each opponent and frankly knows what to expect with each opponent. So I think if Blachowicz can switch it up, take him to the ground, wear him down, beat on him on the ground, you know, ground and pound, I think Blachowicz does have a chance of winning this fight. Of course he has a chance of winning this fight. He is the UFC light heavyweight champion. Also, there's something to be said about a fighter moving up weight for the first time, and this is a big deal. Not only is Izzy moving up from middleweight to light heavyweight for the first time, but he's getting thrown in against the best light heavyweight in the division right now. It's a lot to come straight in and fight for a title, but that's what Izzy wants. He's chasing that champ status and going for a 21-0 record. Will he be able to make it happen? I think he will. Izzy can handle power. You saw him against Paulo Costa. I don't know if that was a great example of that because Paulo Costa really just didn't show up. He choked the entire fight. But if you think back to it, Adesanya versus Gastelum, I think, is the most comparable fight that we can put next to this one. Gastelum is heavy set, he's large, he hits hard, and he can take a hit. I think that's the most comparable opponent to Blachowicz that Izzy has had. And Gastelum gave him problems because he ate a lot of shots. If Jan can eat Izzy's shots, if he can eat the kicks, if he can avoid what Paulo Costa couldn't, which is Izzy dancing around the outside waiting for him to commit, when he then explodes with a couple hits, a couple strikes, because he is very explosive, very fast, and very precise. His famous quote, "I don't throw and hope, I aim and fire," which is badass, but this is when we'll really get to see if that is the case. In conclusion, similar to the Burns and Usman fight, I would not be surprised when/if either man wins this fight. However, if I had to put my money on someone, I would bet on Israel Adesanya because we have seen him do this. I mean, he does this. He fights men who are wider than him. He fights men who are shorter than him. He fights men who are taller than him. He just shows up every single time. He is calm, he is cerebral, he is calculated, and I think that that will ultimately win him the fight against Jan. I'm excited to see this fight. I'm excited to see how Jan and Izzy both show up. I think that they're both going to show up in peak physical condition and the best versions of themselves that they have ever been. But yeah, guys, that's been my UFC 259 predictions. If you have your own predictions, leave them down below in the comments. If you agree, disagree, hate my opinion, let me know in the comments. So just in conclusion, let me read you through my picks one more time. I have Thiago Santos, Islam Makhachev, Aljamain Sterling, Amanda Nunes, and last but not least, Israel Adesanya. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a thumbs up. It encourages me. If you like reaction, sport, prediction, anything in that particular world, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I enjoy making videos like this, and I do it for every big UFC event. And yeah, guys, I'm just going to keep growing this channel like I say every time. If you've made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.